Hey guys, today we're going to make a delicious magnolia and rhubarb dessert. It's a Muscovado sugar flan with a rhubarb compote, a salted caramel, a magnolia ice cream, and a beautiful magnolia and lemon crisp. So, let's begin. First, the magnolia ice cream. Pour 900 grams of milk into a pan and also add 250 grams of cream, 280 grams of sugar, and 55 grams of skimmed milk powder. Now mix it well and then bring this to a simmer on a medium heat. Meanwhile, transfer 50 grams of egg yolk into a bowl and while stirring, slowly add the hot milk mixture. Then pour it back into the pan and while stirring, continue heating it till it's 85 degrees Celsius. Once it's done, turn off the heat and mix in 4 grams of ice cream stabilizer. I use Step 2000. Now add 100 grams of magnolia flower petals. Make sure everything is submerged. Then pour it into a bowl, cover it with foil and let it rest overnight in your fridge. The next day you can give it a good mix before passing it through a fine sieve. Make sure you press out all the ice cream base. After that, transfer it into an ice cream machine and turn it into a beautiful ice cream. I prefer to turn the ice cream the same day as you serve it to ensure you have a lovely fresh texture. Once it's done, keep it in a freezer that's around minus 12 degrees Celsius. Now for the salted caramel. Transfer 230 grams of sugar into a pan and heat this on a medium heat till it's a golden brown caramel. I love the flavor of a dark caramel. Then while stirring, slowly add 280 grams of cream. Continue heating the caramel. Now also add 70 grams of butter, 3 grams of flaky salt and 50 grams of glucose syrup. Heat this up till the temperature is 112 degrees Celsius and stir it every now and then to prevent the caramel from burning. Once that's done, pour it into a bowl and add 40 grams of white chocolate. Directly blend it with a hand blender to create a smooth salted caramel. Make sure you keep the blender at the bottom so no air mixes with the caramel. Then cover it with foil and let it set out of the fridge. After that, transfer it into a piping bag that's fitted with a small round nozzle and keep it out of the fridge for later. Now for the magnolia and lemon crisps. First, peel 1 lemon. Then cut a peeled lemon in half and juice it for 50 grams of lemon juice. Also add 60 grams of sugar and 60 grams of water. Now bring this to a boil on a medium heat. Once it's boiling, turn off the heat and add 60 grams of magnolia flower petals. Make sure everything is submerged and then let it cool down in your fridge. After that, drain the syrup. Then peel 2 pears and cut away the core. Now add 200 grams of the clean pear into a saucepan and also add 140 grams of isomalt sugar and 100 grams of the syrup. Bring this to a boil and then while stirring, let it simmer for a minute. Then blend it till smooth. Now add a knife tip of xanthan gum to slightly bind the liquid. Once smooth, add 80 grams of white chocolate and mix it once more. Then pour it into a bowl, cover it and let it cool down in your fridge. After that, spread it on a silicone sheet using a stencil. This one is from Malt Brothers. Find more information in the description of this video. Level it before removing the stencil and letting the mixture dry at 90 degrees Celsius for around 3 hours. Then gently remove it from the sheet and place it on a magnolia press. Heat it up for a couple of seconds before shaping it with the other half of the press. Do the same with the smaller press and then keep them dry and covered for later. Now for the rhubarb gel and compote. Cut 500 grams of rhubarb in small pieces and transfer them into a pan. Also add 50 grams of sugar. Then cover the pan with a lid and heat it up on a low heat till the rhubarb falls apart. This takes around 15 to 20 minutes. Once that's done, pour the compote on a sieve that's lined with a kitchen paper to clarify the broth. Let it drain in your fridge for a couple of hours. Then pour 200 grams of the rhubarb broth into a saucepan and also add 70 grams of Pedro Ximénez sherry, 30 grams of white balsamic vinegar, 3 grams of agar powder and 5 grams of tarragon. Mix this well and then bring this to a boil for at least 30 seconds. After that, pass it through a fine sieve and let it cool down completely in your fridge. Then transfer it into a blender and blend it till smooth. Once smooth, transfer it into a bowl. Now a great tip to bring your gel to the next level is to vacuum it. Because when you vacuum it, you remove all the air that's been turning into the gel and then you turn it into a beautiful clear gel, because right now it's a bit cloudy. This will intensify the flavor and it will make it so much more stable and beautiful. You don't really need to do this, but if you want to bring it to the next level, I would definitely suggest you to do it. And unfortunately, I don't have my vacuum machine here anymore, but like I said in my last video, I'm working on something amazing. so I'm gonna give you a little preview. Let's go. Here we are, my pride and joy for this year, my own studio out of the house. Right now I'm working so hard on getting everything done, because in 1 month it needs to be finished, and from then on I'll be making my videos here. A lot of my stuff is already here, so I'll be giving more sneak peeks in the upcoming videos. Back home, and now transfer the clear gel into a piping bottle and keep it in your fridge for later. Then take the rhubarb compote and season it with the magnolia and lemon syrup. It's quite simple, but so good. Now for the Muscovado flan. Transfer 80 grams of Muscovado sugar in a saucepan and heat this on a low heat till it's melted. Once it's melted and it starts to bubble, directly while stirring, add 500 grams of cream. Then turn off the heat. Now cut a vanilla pod in half and scrape out the seeds. Add both the seeds and the empty pod to the pan. Also add 3 grams of salt. Then transfer 130 grams of egg yolk into a bowl and slowly while mixing add the Muscovado liquid. Cover it and let it rest in your fridge for a couple of hours. After that, pass it through a fine sieve. Then gently fill a small ring mold all the way and cook it at 120 degrees Celsius for around 25 to 30 minutes. The flan needs to be firm but still wiggle slightly. Once cooked, let it cool down before freezing it completely. Now pour 150 grams of cocoa butter in a saucepan and melt it on a low heat. Then turn off the heat and add 150 grams of white chocolate. Mix this till it's emulsified and then fill your brush machine. Now remove the frozen flans from the mold and place them on a tray. Brush a thin layer of the chocolate brush on the flan to decorate it and to give it a bit of texture as well. Keep them in your freezer for later. Now for the macadamia nut crumble. First blend 100 grams of macadamia nuts till it's a fine crumble. Then add 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of sugar, 70 grams of flour, 40 grams of melted white chocolate and 2 grams of flaky salt. Mix this till it's a soft dough. Now transfer it on the silicone sheet and spread it. Bake it at 150 degrees Celsius for around 30 minutes and mix it every 5 to 10 minutes to create a lovely crumble. Then let it cool down and keep it dry and covered for later. Now for the Muscovado tuile. Mix 60 grams of egg white with 40 grams of sunflower oil, 50 grams of flour, 10 grams of butter, 2 grams of salt and 50 grams of Muscovado sugar. Blend this till smooth. Once smooth, spread it on the tuile mold and level it using a palette knife. Then bake it at 150 degrees Celsius for around 20 minutes. When still hot, gently remove them and then keep them dry and covered for later. Now we can start to finish the dessert. Place a frozen flan on a plate and let it defrost for a couple of minutes. Fill the bottom with some salted caramel and cover it completely with the rhubarb compote. Then add some crumble and place a large magnolia crisp on top. Add a couple dots of the gel and some edible blossom petals. Place the small crisp on top and add some more gel and blossom petals. Now take a glass and fill the bottom with the compote. Add a layer of the crumble and place a canal of the magnolia ice cream on top. Gently drizzle some gel on the ice cream and place the tuile on there. Now decorate it with some more blossom and then it's ready to be served. Okay guys, that's it for today. Super happy with the result. The dessert looks amazing. I always love that it consists of 2 components or 3 components. So I'm a big fan of that. Definitely love the beautiful magnolia crisp. It really brings some depth and in combination with those beautiful fresh blossoms, it really looks very, very pretty. The dessert on the side looks very good as well with the tuile, the beautiful canal or Roger. I'm always a bit undecisive because here in the Netherlands we say canal, but I know that like the proper term is Roger. But let me know in the comments how you feel about that, because a canal is with 2 spoons, a Roger is with 1 spoon, but it's the same shape, right? And I always like to name the shape and not the technique. So no idea. Let me know in the comments. But like I said, I'm very happy and I think the flavor is going to be amazing. The ice cream, I already ate half of it. So I need to run the treadmill tonight just to keep a bit in shape to burn off that ice cream, because the ice cream is so good. And I think the texture of the whole dessert is going to be amazing as well. In combination of the beautiful softness of the compote, the ice cream, the Muscovado flan, and then the crisp, because as you can see, it's still crispy. As you can hear, actually, it's still crispy because I added a bit of the white chocolate, and that really helps so well. So that's a great tip. But enough talking, let's just get into eating, because I can't wait to try this. You have the salty caramel on the bottom, a beautiful texture on the Muscovado flan. Really don't overcook it, because then it's gonna be really like scrambled eggs, but if you cook it right, as you can see, it's falling apart and it's so delicious. Let's get a bit of the ice cream as well. Let's dig in. Wait. That's so good. Like I said, the freshness, the beautiful rhubarb flavor, that salty caramel, the macadamia nut crumble. There's so much going on, but it all works, and the texture is wonderful. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you really enjoyed the little preview of the studio. It's gonna be amazing. Can't wait to start filming there, because as you probably noticed, it's quite difficult to create a consistent amount of quality content here because of Vince, my newborn son. He's doing great, thanks for asking. So can't wait to start filming there, because then we're really gonna bring it to the next level. Please subscribe if you want to support me getting there. Like and share the video, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next. And as always, bon appetit. This is so fucking amazing. Peace. Back.